One of my favorite things that I've ever learned is about Eucharistic miracles. I just learned about them within like the past couple of years, and I think they're such a powerful story. One of my favorites is called the Miracle at Lanciano. It happened back in the 8th century in Italy. There was a priest who was really doubting the belief that when he was consecrating the bread into the body of Christ, that it was truly becoming the body of Christ. He had been praying about it a lot, and during Mass, he lifted up the bread, and as he was saying the words of the consecration, he, in his hands, the bread turned into like flesh and started dripping blood. And obviously he was very overwhelmed with emotion, and he got the bishop to come and see this, and they ended up preserving this piece of tissue and the bloody cloth. And to this day, it can still be seen in Italy. And you know, as modern technology advanced, back in the 1900s, they went and tested this tissue and the blood. Blood actually loses its chemical components, what makes it blood, within 15 minutes of it drying. So it really just becomes like a red splotch. This blood on this cloth from the 8th century still had all of the chemical compounds that made it blood, and they could even type it, and it's AB negative. And the tissue that they tested, they could actually see that it was heart tissue. But the most amazing thing is that rigor mortis had not set in. So this is living heart tissue from the 8th century. So I really love telling this story, and I was actually able to share it with a couple of my coworkers, neither of which are Catholic or really knew what the Eucharist was. So I shared this story with them, and one of them had the most amazing response. She like broke down crying. The other person, he said, you know, in the Gospels you hear about Christ multiplying like the loaves and the fish, and that people saw it right in front of their eyes. And so he said, is this what's right in front of my eyes but I don't see yet? And that response was just really powerful to me, and I realized like what a blessing it is to be able to share the gospel in the workplace, and I'm so excited to continue on in my career as a nurse where I get to do that every day. This is Mary Rockwell, and this is my saintly soundbite.